Monday after work, rush hour. What are we doing? What are you doing? Oh, of course my chat's not working. Perfect. So, just you and me. What's up? What's the good word? Yeah. Good word is I'm off work. I have some stuff. I got something taken care of. Lanyard Man's supposed to join me here. We're going to do an unboxing if he does. And kind of get going on the week. What is going to happen this week? What are we going to do? What are my plans? What are my videos coming up? I don't even know. Aaron, what up? What's going on? There's Lanyard Man waiting. Clint, hey. Just gonna chill. We're gonna stand here and just smile at the camera. Wait for a few people to show up. Then we'll do an unboxing. Maybe I'll play with a knife. I'll go knife things. Knife. Hi Kathleen, what's happening? How you like that muskrat? I don't know. I did the unboxing for it. I absolutely love it. Unfortunately, that one's not for me. Ken Fixed donated that one, and I used it for my 7K giveaway. And so it is going to be mailed out. So basically I got it from Ken. I quick filmed that little unboxing so I could get a little impression of the knife myself. And I've got it now packed up and it's going to be shipping out to the lucky winner. But it made me want a muskrat for sure. That knife is great. It is a smaller fixed blade, the Kaiser Muskrat. I can't show it to you because it's packed up. But it is shorter than this Kubi Quaken. So as far as a smaller fixed blade, it's nothing like this. I think it would be great. Get an ulti-clip on there like I got on this right here. The slim ulti-clip. It is also made to be a neck knife. But I think that small knife, that muskrat in the pocket right here, would be fantastic. Aaron says he carries his all the time. I guess the mirrored view is permanent. Okay, Kathleen or anyone, help me. I can't figure it out. There is no option for me to rotate it. I don't understand where or how. I can zoom it in one. I can flip it to my other camera, and that's all I can do. So I'm not sure how I made it rotate. I looked at all the settings before I start. I looked at the settings after I start. I don't like it. I want it to be readable. You know, if I got something written right here, all live streams have been flipped. So maybe that's, maybe Stacy's onto something. Maybe it's not an option. I need to maybe type it in and research it, but I figured I could. I'm savvy enough that if you give me a menu, I'm looking at make a clip, do a color edit, turn my microphone on and off, or rotate it. I could flip it around, but it won't let me flip. It's either this, which is a little closer, or the other side of the room, and that's it. I don't have any other flipping options. Yeah. One channel I follow has been working with YouTube, but no solution yet. Really? So they've actually working on with YouTube. Are they also working on their chat freezing up all the time? Because my chat freezes often and it'll freeze in one, not in the other. I refresh it. The only way I can unfreeze it on my phone is to actually go to close it, minimize the window. It starts spinning for everyone, and then I reopen it and it reconnects, and then sometimes the chat pops back up. But man, I tell you what, playing songs, no songs. Yeah, Stacy, several people have been talking about the same thing with the chat or whatever. I don't know. It is rough. So Lanyard Man's here. I got to clean off some space because we're going to do a little unboxing. I have all my concepts out from the other day. It's kind of wiping down section of the shelf, pulled all the concepts, talked about them for a little bit during the live. Ooh, geez. The cryo. Almost had to do a catch and cut there. Is that a thing? Shikari. I really like the Shikari. I should carry this more. This is a fantastic knife. Can't flip the clip over to the other side, but it is solid. Lanyard Man will be home in 30 if I want to wait till then. All right, I guess. Yeah, we can do that. I can mess around here for a little bit, and then we can pop on and do that unboxing right at the 30-minute mark when Lanyard Man arrives at home. What's up, Waylon? How are you doing? All right, get the rest of my concepts put away. This is the Concept BTF, Basic Tonto Folder. If you are interested in thumb discs and not quite sure if you like it, you want to try one out, this thumb disc works great on the BTF. I enjoy the handle too. It kind of has this remnant of like a bamboo or something. It feels really nice in the hand, drops easy. Concept BTF, which stands for Basic Tonto Folder. Nice simple knife, 14C, flicks out easy. It does have that thumb disc. I wasn't a huge fan of thumb discs until I started messing around with them, and then I realized that if they're tuned in right, because I think some of the older knives 20 years ago, when they're just garbage thumb discs, like you couldn't get it to open and it was just not cool. Gonna get the Concept what? I've not heard of that one, Aaron. Did you spell that right, or is that what it's called? What's going on, Alexander? All right, my favorite, the Tuckamore. This thing is cool. A lot of stuff with Purple Haze 80s Camo Carbon is pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan. It's a little bit bright. Most of the Camo Carbons I don't really care for. I do have the dark mode version of the Tall Boy. It does look pretty cool. This one's a little more subtle. When there's just a ton of colors, it's not really my thing. But I've seen a few that do look really cool. What's up, Leafy? What's everyone think about all the crazy Camo Carbons and different things? Aaron says, yep, look it up. I will, Thorth. Put it on my notes. I still don't have my computer set up so that I can look that up right now. What's going on, people? What's up, EDC Reviewer? What's up, Carlos? The Civivi Synesis or the Praxis? Nope. What do I have? Is this one the Mini? Where is it? I have the Civivi Mini. This one here. Is this the Mini Praxis or Elementum? Or no, wait. This is the Mini Praxis. Isn't the Mini Elementum that tiny one? Isn't that this one here? This is the Mini Elementum, I think. That I did the shipwreck on. Fun little mini shipwreck. I missed the comment. Luckily, we got Stacy on hand. But this is that Mini, right? God, I'm terrible with that. Sometimes I have a couple of my children, I can't remember what their name is. Well, if it was ridiculous, I thank you for the removal. Yeah, mini praxis is that one. Thanks, Carlos. Sometimes there's a few that I haven't really had a chance to mess around with. That it's you know, my brain like what is it? I was forgetting a couple of them the other day too, and this one here, still can't remember what this one is. This VV something. If anyone can remember. Yeah, even his screen name was. We were all kids once, but I mean, come on. Cache, Civivi Cache. This is one I couldn't remember. Hey, Jonathan. And Cache is a good one. What was that other Civivi brought up? I couldn't remember. I don't have that one, though. These are my CVVs. Civivis back there. Probably the second largest company in the collection of mine. Jonathan's going to stay with me tonight. We got to be on here for a little while, probably an hour, a couple hours maybe at the most. We have a couple other lives that go today. Landerman says go for it. Well, Landerman, I'm out in a rush right now. I still got to clear all this off, so we'll play it by ear for a little while. No worries. Unless you're like, oh yeah, it's going to be another hour. Leafy's going for a Sencut Glide Strike. Glide Strike is great. I had one. I gave that one to Mad Yako for doing some of the hanks for me. Mad Yako does some cool hanks. Let me grab them real quick. We can show them off. My Mad Yank. Mad Yank. This Riot actually was in the pack that I got from Mikey Trails, and he said he had a couple of them, so he's letting me keep that one. It had all of his gravity knives on it, which I don't even know where they are right now. Where did I put all those? Huh. Pretty exciting. What? There we go. There's one. There we go. All right, I'm back. We're back. But yeah, he gave me some gravity knives to check out. I have to send them back to him because they are expensive. But, oops, turn the lock off. Very cool. All right, the Mad Yanks, the Mad Yako Hanks. This red one, I got, here, I'm just going to drop these. Got this cool orange kind of flame kind of a look. Got the nice print, or the nice kind of pattern on the back with the black. Mad Yako didn't make this one. This one was in a little pass around gift that I picked from, because why wouldn't I take this one? This one's made from a Lone Star Hanks. This is my only Lone Star Hank. Nice black back. These are the Mad Yako horror theme. You know I love my Jason. Got my man right in the center on there. Got the little Mad Yako tag. A little red stitching on the back. I like the red stitching I had him do. He did different styles on them. I'll show them off. But we did several of these with the Jason in the middle, and then we did the stitching kind of a like the band Slipknot, or like Leatherface's mask, where he's kind of sewing together pieces like right here. And so the stitching is kind of more of a gnarly X, not quite perfect stitch. I love it. It's actually kind of my favorite, just because it has that weird, just kind of over, like, oh, I'm just trying to stitch up my face or whatever. I do not carry Hanks every day, Kathleen, but I keep talking about it because I do have some standard carry stuff on a daily, so this is a little bit larger one. And I'm thinking about, you know, starting to do the Hank in that back pocket there. What's up, Waylon? Ooh, when you want to dye that artisan, you want to do it like it did the CGRB mangrove with the yellow to green to blue. As soon as we decide what color you want to do it, Waylon, we can do it. So, I mean, I'm going to be on this stream for another hour, and by the end of it, if you say that's what you want, you know, we're good to go on that. The Mad Yakos are unique, and they're handmade, and they've got just that touch of love from our bud, Mad Yako. Another nice pattern. There's a couple of the bigger pieces that I got. I ordered some fabric and sent it off to him. This is like a denim kind of a feel. And then he did a matching stitch pattern on the back for that one. Isn't that one really cool? I love that pattern. I think it's great. That one's kind of a Halloween theme. And then look at the stitch that he did on this one. Very cool little design. So his machines do have the capabilities of doing some different patterns and stuff. But that's kind of what I've got from him. This is definitely one of the highlight ones. Oh, they're all really nice. The horror one, this was my main. I gave one of these away for the 7K celebration. So I have a few left. I plan to keep one or two of them. But I have 3, so probably see one of those set for a giveaway pretty soon. All right, I'm going to continue to slowly clear off some space here. We are going to do an unboxing in a little bit. So either now my chat has froze, or everybody's just not chatting, which is also okay. So yeah, Waylon says, just like it. So yeah, if you want to do that, yellow on the base, let me grab your knife. I started packing stuff up to ship some of them out. Of course, I did not pack yours up to ship because we still have to do work to it. But there it is. This is the knife that Waylon won that we're discussing what he wants done to it. I need to get another Rambo, different color. Okay, so I have the black Rambo. What color are you referring to? And Jonathan, did you see the Bowie knife that I picked up? What do you think of that? Got a crown stag, actual crown stag handle, brass, and a beast of a Bowie. Tell me that's not rad. I dig it. Cooler than the Rambo knife for sure. Okay, so Waylon's saying like the mangrove, which was yellow to blue. Was it yellow down here and blue up here, or yellow up here and blue down here? Can't remember. I think it was blue to green to yellow. I can look. But sure, Waylon, if that's what you want, that's what we will do. I have no problem with that. Repeat dyes or something where it's like if I've done it before, I'm a little more comfortable with it. It's a little bit easier. I don't have to worry about it. The huge knife, Faboosh. What's up, Beecher? Jason Beecher in the house. Bud, you getting excited for this Friday? This Friday coming up. Little special day this Friday. The 13th. Probably going to have to do a extra little live. Have some fun. Mask up. 52 in here and 22 likes, says Jason Beecher. Let's make a little swap on that, huh? Get them likes up to the 52s. If you're having a good time, I appreciate it. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? And if you didn't, then you can move on. And that's, everybody likes different things. Right here, right now, we like knives. This is my last from my concept kind of stack. This is not a concept. This is the Tenable Anomaly Concepts budget line, but it is very nice. The Anomaly. Boom. Good stuff. All right, those are out of the way. We are getting closer, and Lanyard Man is getting a couple miles closer to home. So we're getting there. I don't know if we want, I'm going to use, well, we'll see. We will see. I have projects. I did get this knife from Jimmy Crow. This is the Kaiser Original XL, which is a button lock. If you have not messed with the Kaiser Original, they're great. There's the regular original and the XL. I do have a regular size original in the Serape design. So you can see it's a little bit smaller, maybe an inch, inch and a half. It's a great knife, but I always wish that the original was just a little bit bigger. It does feel good, but just a little small on the handle. So you basically take that same original and just pop it a little bit larger and then put that amazing Kaiser micarta that I just love the feel. If you've never had a Kaiser standard kind of micarta like this, it's great. Feels very good. No slips. You can get it all wet and it still has a good grab on it. And it just wears naturally. Got a nice weathering, kind of shades, colors kind of change. Thinking about dyeing it. Maybe doing an acid etch on the blade. What does everyone think? Any thoughts? Leave it the same. Do something cool to it. Well, there you go. How about that? Jason says he likes micarta. Jonathan says, I need new batteries for the measuring machine. He is correct. How many more days, though? I want to run it till it dies. For those of you that are, you know, Jonathan's watching. All my videos, I've been using this bad boy. And we know, like, we're doing some blade measurements. Oh, look, 0.11. Look, see, it's not even flashing yet. You have to, like, do a couple of measurements for a few seconds. Look, see, this battery's going to lip. And now we're starting to get the flash. So it is about to die. How many more unboxing videos will we get? Kathleen says, make it your own. I like that answer. I plan to. Not really sure, though. But because it has the dark accents, I'll probably do some acid etch or something to the blade. Maybe a pattern. And probably do some type of a weathered dye to that handle, so it's just got a nice aged look. Still not sure. Mini sword. Yes, Waylon, if it's made out of steel, then you could basically do it. So we could acid etch like everything on that on your knife. That's certainly something we could do if you're interested. Not sure who you're telling to get a job, but I have a job. How do you think I afford my knives? There's no way. Yeah, that would be awesome. Be a knife I keep forever. Aw, aw. Well, you know, Waylon, we certainly can. If you do want an acid etch on there, if you wanted me to try to do like a multi-tone acid etch, like I did on this, or a pattern, or a false Simone like that, or just do the whole thing acid etched, or we could acid etch it and tumble finish it a little bit. I'm open for it. I know that we can put all the I guess, I don't know how to do the screws. I'm sure it could be done. We just have to put it in a little basket or a little something, or just drop them at the bottom and then pour them off, or I'm not really sure. I'll look that up. But as far as the clips, I already did a clip on one knife. I haven't put that one back together yet. So the clip and the blade, the bigger parts are easy. The screws, I'll just have to figure out a way. Yeah, Gons, but they're just trolling every channel, and it's my fault in a way, because I'm sitting here doing the vertical live, and the vertical live is pushing into feeds of people, and those people aren't necessarily knife people. They're just going through their feed of their shorts, and then boom, they see this, and it could just be one of those kids that's like, all right, it's time to troll. But you know, like at me as an adult, I'm scrolling through and I see one I don't like. I either scroll on or I click the don't recommend and then move on. And I don't get in there and try to. I do not have a German paratrooper knife, but someone, was it you who asked me about Puma knives yesterday? Because someone asked me about Puma, and they're a German company. I feel like I'm remembering correctly. And I looked them up, and they are very cool. If you have not checked out Puma, expensive. They look like they're quality, but several $100s for many of the knives on the page that I went and looked at it on Puma. Very cool looking stuff. What's going on, Titanium Justin? Knives and Pizza? Ron Dobbins? Daniel? Got a little crew piling in here all of a sudden. Now I have tons of blue wrenches. All the blue wrenches are showing up. Get rid of them trolls. I love the trolls because I'm a troll. Poopy heads, butt crap, frick. See, but knives and pizza, like, that's fine. You notice how no one did anything about it. They're all like, oh yeah, well, he's... Oh, that's fun. What's everybody carrying today? I had to. If you had them, you would know. There's MPG. I was in MPG's live last night. Haven't been able to be on her Sunday night lives for a while. If you ever have a chance, you're free Sunday nights, go hang out with MPG. It got a little wild. But yeah, boom. I got my Kaiser Dual. This is the second day, not second day in a row that I've carried these, but I've only had these for a week. This is the Kaiser Hawk with the Snap Echo. Boom. I love this knife. This knife is cool. Justin, we should do that. I have been just crazy and just getting by, and I haven't had plans. I used to have like a sheet and a notebook that had like, oh, tomorrow's video is this, the next day's video is this. I got everything planned out for like 2 weeks. I got stuff that is in the works. I have ideas for the future. My organization is out the wall right now. I'm just going and haven't had a chance to really get anything organized, especially Christmas and stuff. Gons, 80s Camo Carbon Mini Militar Blue Label Chavez Rendition 229. Excellent. Beecher won on TKE and EDC with DBD on Saturday. Very nice. Someone else, one of my winners, had won something earlier that day as well. I can't remember which one it was, but when I did my 7K giveaway, one of those 7 had won in another giveaway earlier that day, and they were like, oh yeah, you need to buy a lottery ticket like right now. Waylon, it was Waylon. They were both on redraws too? What? What are the odds of that? Oh my god. So dude, the little shot, the Kaiser shot, this tiny little front flipper, little slicey, little just fantastic knife. It's not big. If you're looking for a cute little tiny slicer, this thing is great. I've been enjoying it. Not quite as much as the Snap Echo on this bad boy though. Boom, it just drops shut. You got to be careful. Oh, otherwise you'll do that. I'm getting a little worried. There it is. Pay attention to the knife, not the people. Right-handed, no worries. Boom. It does. It gets me paranoid with my left because look at this. It's bam. As soon as I'm out of the way, it drops. Woo! Super fun though. Clickety clacks. What's going on, Watch City? Mick Ranger, all my knife peeps. Oh, kids these days. Titanium Justin, seriously. What'd you show to Tony? I was looking at the, a lot of people ask me about butterfly knives, balisongs. I started kind of doing some research on that. I can't say I'm buying a Squid Industries knife yet, but I was looking. They're expensive, but they're cool. Lanyard Man's home, ready when you are. All right, I'm still not ready. Kids, no kids. I have an ex-wife of over 10 years. The Squiddy AL is $80. Let me write that down. What's the AL? Is it a trainer, or do they have trainer versions? Because I definitely want to get a trainer because I want to spin it, and if it's not that, then I am gonna cut myself. What's up, Fred? Are you a balisong fiend? No, I mean I have one, but oh yeah, I do have an ex-wife. I'm happily divorced. It didn't work out. We broke up in 2007, so it's been quite a long time. Yeah. But here we are, single, no kids. I live in a house by myself. No one to stop me from buying more knives. Although I would buy a lot of knives. Do I ever talk? Are you talking to me? I have an ex too. It happens. Yeah, it's all good. I'm totally fine with it. It's been so long. Yeah, I'm great. Kunwu XT Tau. Sometime in the future, I'm going to acquire some pair of 3 scales, bug out scales for your shipwreck for me, KDK, and maybe a few other items. Waylon, absolutely. You get the stuff, you send it out, we'll get it done. I got to clear off some space here. We have a little unboxing to do. From our guy, Lanyard Man. And what's exciting about this unboxing is I don't know what it is. He wanted me to unbox it live. I said, okay, I will. And then I wasn't able to go live. Ended up meeting with some friends. And then he was around and I wasn't free. And then I was free and he wasn't free. And long story short, we're both now free. So let's clear off the space. Guys, see that most recent unboxing? Oh, the winter bone, or what is it called? Now I'm forgetting kind of the essential. Crap. White Walker, that's what it was. The winter bone White Walker. So it's a lock back, little lock right there, bone handle. 440 on the blade with that crazy looking Warncliffe. But look at this half stop. It's not a slip joint because it has the lock back. So the lock back, but then there's a half stop. Boom. Lock back, half stop, Warncliffe, sharp, slicey, thin, hollow grind. I mean, how cool is that? Super fun. I dig it. Militas, anybody getting a Christmas Milita? If you're on the fence and you like the way a Militaw looks, I don't know what else I can say except for they're fantastic. Use my link, buy one. Okay. Get some of this. Now we are clear. Everybody saw this, right? Oh, really loving the Bowie. That thing is excellent, but now I've been looking at more Bowie knives and realizing I want more of them. Whatever you say about those Militaws. Kathleen, if I was a rich man, I would have bought one of those holiday ones and sent it to you just because. Just because you said you kind of liked that holiday look on that one. I would have just bought it and sent it out, you know. I wish. One of these days it'd be nice if I got sick of making money and just started living. But I feel like I'd be one of those people, if I did have a lot of money, I would be buying tons of stuff for people. I'm just the kind of friendly, not that I'm just trying to impress people or whatever, but it's just I see like Kathleen was talking about the Rubik's Cube and her grandchild was interested in it or whatever. And I was like, man, just let me send you one. Those are not expensive. I know the ones that are good. I have a bunch of them. I send it out, you know, why not? Okay, here it is. Clear this off, give us some space. Anybody ever see one of these live? Here we are. How many people got in here? 53. I drank the Kool-Aid on the Militaw. I got a Minis 80 camo carbon version. Why wouldn't you? They're great. They're great. There's more than the rectangle on it. And those little, the little trolls on the one side, they're cute. You can't go wrong. What's up, B Shady? Just put a black backspacer, pivot collars, and clip on my Devo nip. Definitely matches my Jaeger now. Cool. Lanyard Man, are you ready? Let's wait for, see if we get Lanyard Man in the chat here. Titanium Justin. DLC is awesome, dude. If I could get more stuff DLC, I think it's great. Although it's kind of, the shiny stuff's kind of a fingerprint magnet, I'm noticing. So it's not super clean because it does kind of show some fingerprints. And look at that reflection though. It's like you can see camera inside a camera inside a camera. How do you sharpen the DLC? I don't know. I guess the same. Just takes longer. I don't know. I haven't even gotten to that yet. Lanyard Man's ready. Everybody else ready? Made 2 banana breads. Oh, man. I want some banana bread. Banana bread sounds great. What's up, Brown Sugar? Just in time. Here we go. We're doing it live, y'all. I don't know what this is. What do I need? What do I need? I need that. I need this. I need this. And we'll probably end up refilming it for an unboxing video. So that'll be semi-legit. And you can say the inception of you were there. Should I use this to open it? Start unboxing everything with the big old Bowie knife. God, now I keep saying Bowie knife. I used to say Bowie knife so much, and all of a sudden I've got one and I'm saying Bowie. It's so weird how my brain... I don't know. All right, Wyoming Adventures. Here we go. No script. All right. Kenman here, and today we have a very fun unboxing, an unknown knife of an origin that I do have an awareness of. This is from our guy Lanyard Man, a knife he sent for me to check out, observe, share with all of you, and then put it in a box and send it to him so that he can enjoy it. But I appreciate him sending things out like this for me to check out. He has some stuff that I like. We're both lefties. Big Hams is in the house. We're doing a live unboxing. Jolly Peanut is also here. Let's go. Where is... We're going to drop bear it. We're drop bearing it today. Oh, this is one of these boxes, huh? I was going to say, Lanyard Man, can I cut into the side of this? But I don't think he knows either. So we're going to do a controlled cut. Did you see that? Did you see how I did that, y'all? All right. Excellent. Looks like we're getting a reveal. As I said, this is from Lanyard Man for me to check out, review, and send to him. I don't know what this is. That makes it more exciting. Griffin Company. Box on the floor. All right. We have a Griffin Company. Who is excited? Anybody have any ideas? I don't know anything about Griffin Company. I try to keep my hand on the pulse of the knife world, but there are a lot of different things out there. MPG's carrying their mini grouper today. That mini grouper is great. It has a back liner lock, button actuated liner lock, so it's a button, but it's actually controlling that liner inside of there. So you've got the strength of a liner lock, but the action of a button lock. She won that on a little giveaway that I did featuring some Kaiser stuff not too long ago. Glad you're liking it so far, MPG. Anybody know anything about Griffin? Put something in the chat. Who's excited? What do we think this is? Any guesses on what model? Griffin? There we are. Pouch. Box. I suppose that's going to be backwards. I can try to read it to you. Get it in the light. Griffin X Series bolster lock, carbon fiber, stone wash blade. Left-handed. Of course, it's a lefty who is excited. What's up, Dirty Dan? Griffin makes some sweet stuff. All right, I don't know anything. I have not handled a Griffin before. Let's see what it contains. All right, wow. That is a lot of extra hardware in there. That's like a jewelry case full of all types of stuff. What is that? It's like a removable flipper tab. There is a lot of options in that bag. All right, we have Griffin. I apologize, this is all backwards. I don't know if anybody knows how to reverse that. All right, we're going to do the old man cheaters here. Magna cut, stone washed, titanium carbon fiber with a stone washed bolster. The X Series bolster lock. Sticker. Get this done. Okay. And there's a cloth in here. Got the little embossed logo on there. Drop that back in there. And enough with it, Kenman. Get out the knife. Wow, this thing is long. There it is. Looks like titanium backspacer clip, lefty bolster lock, front flipper. There it is. Boom. Soaking it in, full on lefty. I know this is backwards, so it might not look lefty to you. Ooh, that front flipper is nice. That drop action. So there's no rear flipper, but you do have that nice, easy acting front flip right there. We have the lefty bolster lock. Can we thumb it? Oh. I'm never going to do that. I'm going to flick it every time. Flick it or front flip would be my method. Although it is there, I just sucking at it right now. Got to get used to the knife. Every time you get a new knife, you got to kind of work it out. Boom. What do we think about this? Thanks for doing that work for me there, Gons. I got some fun ones in here. All right, so jimps, nice jimps, thick jimps, deep cut jimps, but they don't feel super aggressive. You know, I love a lot of jimps. They could put a few more out a little bit further there. Got some jimps on this section right here, so that's kind of like a choke up spot. So you can kind of tuck in there and then put that index finger right over those jimps, because when this is closed, they're back there. I can't feel those. Those are hidden within. So those jimps are definitely for that specific little choke up spot right there. It does feel good. If I was in here cutting, doing some work, big handle, even not choked up, put my finger in that little groove and just do a grab. You can see there's still a nice little chunk of handle sticking out the back. The lock drops real easy. Front flipper is effortless. I like a bolster lock. See if I can, that thumb, I roll it out with the thumb. Ugh. As far as a lefty knife, this is great, Kathleen, for sure. Bigger, slicey, the tip is in the center, getting in there. Ooh. Ooh, that's a hollow grind. Look at that glorious hollow grind in there. That's going to be nice and slicey with that magnet cut. That's what it said, right? Yeah. Magnet cut blade. It is a choice. Got a little branding right up in that little corner right there. Nothing on this side, so the branding is very minimal. Love the hollow grind. Excuse me, I love the hollow grind as well. And that front flipper, it's huge. So it is a fairly effortless front flip. I would assume I could probably, it's long. But yeah, that index finger front flip over is pretty easy, as you can see. Oh yeah, that's some good stuff. Thank you, Landard Man. As I said, he sent this out for me to review. Check it out, enjoy it for a week, share it with you all, and then I'll send it to him so that he can also enjoy. Boom. Very cool stuff. Landard Man thinks he's going to swap out the carbon fiber with some brass. That would be really cool. That would be cool. Okay, so jimps, solid. Blade, no play, no movement. Centering, exquisite. Detent. I'm trying to hold it, but if you just push, it's flicking out. You are not going to fail that. Even the front flipper is almost an effortless out. But that front flipper, look at how high it is. Basically, when you have your pivot right here, the higher up and the larger, further out that way that flipper is, the easier it is to just get it to roll around. This one is large and in charge, so I mean, getting on top of that and just popping it out is simple. Landard Man saying it's underwhelming compared to that Kunu S-Tau. I mean, that S-Tau was top tier. This is fantastic. I wouldn't say it's underwhelming at all. This knife feels really good in my hand. It's large. I I like the way the jimps feel on my thumb. I like that choke up spot. And I love the hollow grind. When you have a knife like this, with that kind of hollow grind, I'm trying to show that reflection, see that line or that groove. Extra slicey. Ooh. Ooh. Can I find maybe somewhere? Yeah. She's sharp as this is probably one of the sharpest knives in the building right now. That was, you saw that. You saw that. I cannot sharpen my knife on a whetstone. It's carbon steel. Does it take a lot more passes? It depends on the stone that you have, Jack. Stones have different grits to them. And so depending on the grit would determine how long it would take. I have this is a little work sharp field sharpener. So it has a stone on this side and on this side. If you see this one here, you can see the grit a little bit more than on this one. This one's more fine. This is a 200 grit and this is a 600 grit. So if I had a knife that had a little bit of a gouge in it or it was pretty dull, I would start off with the 200 grit and then switch to the 400 grit. But when I have a knife that's actually pretty sharp already or it just needs to get a little bit of an edge, I will just go straight to the 600 grit. I can do just a couple of passes with the 600, both sides, then go on this even higher grit ceramic stone a few times and then pop it across the back of this leather strop, and now I have my edge back. And so I don't use knives all that much. I don't get super dull, but when it's fairly sharp already, you're just kind of cleaning it up, that you don't really need that much. But if it's really dull or you have a knife that just has never really been sharp and you're really working it, depending on the grit of your stone will kind of determine how much work you're going to have to put in. So yeah, MPG said you could start off with a coarse, then move to a fine. And if you only have one, I don't know, you'd have to find out what that grit is. And if it's a really low grit, or I mean a really high grit, you might struggle with getting something sharp. It would take you a really long time to do it. But it doesn't mean it's not possible. It's just going to take a lot longer versus if you have a coarser stone, you can kind of get it profiled quicker. Something like this little field sharpener, these are like $30. So you could probably pick up another stone that has an appropriate grit for your sharpening needs. Tips on achieving a burr, go watch Neves Knives channel and go to Neves Knives and look up sharpening, and this guy will explain it in so much detail better than I could, that I recommend that for sure. Really, you're kind of getting it to the profile that you want with the lower grit, and then you start using the higher grit and kind of going across and keeping your angle correct and the same, and then you are basically holding that angle and refining it until the burr appears. Then once the burr appears, and you can knock that thing off, strop it out, and you're good to go. That's about as generic as I can get. If you really want some detailed stuff on it, though, I can't recommend going to Neves Knives enough. He's fantastic. Beecher says you can get a cheap diamond sharpener at a Tractor Supply for $20. Use the Work Sharp Precision Adjust for all your sharpening needs, says Lanyard Man. Yeah, so if you're doing some big sharpening, I would recommend getting like that Precision Adjust or like a TS Prof or something where you're locking the blade into a clamp, and then you have your rods on a bar that's set at an angle. So then you bring it down and you can just keep that angle and then flip the blade and then keep that angle and then work through your grits. Yeah, Wyoming Adventures. I could watch him sharpen knives too. He's good. What's up, Full Throttle? We are checking out this knife sent to me by Lanyard Man himself. This is a Griffin company. So what was the actual name of it? X Series, I guess. It's a Magna Cut titanium, lefty, bolster lock, gorgeous knife with some shredded carbon fiber. I'm digging it. I'm going to actually put it back in this box here. It won't be in the chipping box, but I'll put it back in here and I'll make a little review video and get that posted up maybe tomorrow or the next couple of days. But this thing is super cool. So yeah, good jumps. We sliced a couple pieces of paper with it very, very well. The blade is centered nicely. That front flipper is perfect. Let's do some measurements. So it's a little tougher for you to see from there, but we're going to go 8 3/8 end to end. Blade is 3 5/8 with a 3.5 inch cutting surface with a slight curve on the belly. And the handle is 4 3/4. Wow. Wow. That is something. All right. Let's check out some thickness here. 1-3. 1-3 on the blade. That 1-3 carries all the way out to there. And then you've got that gorgeous hollow grind. Flash and battery is about to die. How many more videos are we going to get out of it before it goes? Comment below. 0.52 on the handle. And then at the thickest point, 1.03. Nice size, full-size knife. Let's get some weight on this pig, huh? 3.75. Got my pyrite right here, 3.67, and the drop bear, 3.29, a little bit lighter. So yeah, 3.75 for this X Series Griffin. Get my out of the way. Boom. Absolutely gorgeous. So next to the pyrite, pyrite's not quite full size. You can see it's definitely got it beat by a 1/2 inch or more on the front and the back. Pyrite and the drop bear are essentially, wow, drop bear needs to be in the left hand. Right? Great, not quite full size. So this Griffin definitely has it beat in that size factor. Quite the full size. Let's put it next to the Migron Bologna. A little bit closer, but now the Bologna's got it beat by just a little bit. But it gives you a little bit of an idea of the size on this thing. Woo! Long. Feels good. That flick out is fun, Lanyard Man. You're going to enjoy this. And of course, the lefty. Who doesn't like, if you're a lefty, actually it took me a while getting used to lefty knives because you're so used to a righty knife. I'm so used to having a righty and then having to do that and then close it the same way that when you get that lefty one, it takes a little while to kind of break it in your brain. Change batteries, 2 more videos. I have spares somewhere, but 2 more videos. I bet you we get even more than that out of it. I'm guessing it's going to be dozens. Father used to use different grits of sandpaper glued to a piece of wood. Right? Dude, Watch City Knives sounds like a good man. Sounds like he knew what was up. You can make things work, you know? If you've got the right grits, that's exactly fine. You know, it's all about the right grit, learning how to use the tools that you have to your advantage. That's cool. Use the 4-sided diamond stone from Harbor Freight and Tool, $13. How about that? I used to use this one. I still use it for like honing edges and stuff. This old Smith's, this thing right here. So it does have a little diamond stone right there. And it's got that terrible V. Although you could use this V cutting thing if you really, let's say someone hands you just a knife that is just terrible. It's got chips out of it all over the place. You could go in there and really remove some material with that V. You could, because it rips it out a lot. And then you could move in and start doing stuff. But these ceramic rods, you can swap it so that you're going off of the tip or off of the round edge. But if you spend time with it on this, you can get it to shave your arm hair. No problem at all. So that is the Griffin Company X Series with the Magna Cut, courtesy of the Lanyard Man himself. Really fun action on that. Gonna enjoy this one. Make a few videos, a couple shorts, and a kind of a overview of it pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. What do we think about it? Lanyard Man only buys lefties now. What's a crock stick? It's all good, Jonathan. We're having a good time. Thank you, Lanyard Man. Sweet stuff. Right on, Knives and Pizza. And you'll learn, Jonathan. That's the thing, is if you're into it, you'll research more. You'll watch more videos. Next thing you know, you're like, oh yeah, I was just learning about this or that or whatever. And I find that when I get interested in something, I naturally learn stuff just because it's interesting. And if you like it, then you find yourself wanting to learn more, wanting to watch more. So ceramic rods are crock sticks. They work. It does take longer, but I've just learned with those, with that V, how to hold the correct angle, and you just keep going back and forth for a half an hour, switch it out, keep going, and then check your arm. Next thing you know, you're shaving arm hair and you're done. And then you're done. When I grow up, I don't know if I'll ever grow up. What's going on, dude? Probably need to work on that name a little bit. Not really an ideal username. So, okay, got that out. Let's kind of clear off some space here. Just trying to keep this organized. I said I still want to check it out for a few days, but I also want to keep it as nice as possible so that I can ship this up to Lanyard Man there. MPG might buy a lefty for a sister or dad. Lefties would enjoy it. Carry it and use it, dang it. Lanyard Man. I'll test it out, but I mean, I want to make sure this gets to you as pristine as it is. You know what I mean? All right, put that right there. Move this over here. Let's grab me a couple of Freshie Hanks. What are we switching to this time? Let's do the two fancies, huh? How's that? Oh, the action on it is nice, for sure. Wyoming Adventures uses the Work Sharp Field Sharpener too. It's pretty nice. I mean, for a smaller little field sharpener, it does the job very well. So it looks like we're going to do a yellow, green, blue fade dye on this artisan cutlery. Maybe do some acid etching to it. I'm excited for that. That should be fun. Gonna baton with it. You know it, Leafy. I plan to baton with this bad boy. Just get it right on there and just, it hurts. It hurts my soul. Worst accident. What's up, Kung Fatty? Well, that one skater, I actually had one that wasn't a knife. It was a scraper with a razor blade on it. But not the knife style, but like the scraper where you're holding the scraper and the blade is sideways. What I did was, it was a 3D print that I was doing. I have a 3D printer. And what happens is when you finish the print, it's on the table, right? And I can remove the bed because it's a resin printer, so it prints upside down. But let me grab something for an example. So like imagine the prints on the bed, right? You take it off and now you need to remove it from the bed. There is where it sits, there's like a handle right here. So I was able to hold it like this and I was scraping the part off of the bed. The part was stuck to the bed. I couldn't get it off. I'm sitting there like this, trying to pop it off of there. But I'm holding underneath here, completely safe, because that hand is protected underneath the plate, and I'm trying to scrape it off, right? And so when I go to scrape, it slipped. My hand went off like this, and somehow my finger went around like this, and I cut this index finger with the blade that was in my hand. So it's kind of one of those things where this was like it happened so quick that I don't even know how it happened. But if you look right there, you'll see that. Looks like a little baby nub finger right on the tip there. Almost looks like a blister. But that is my baby nub of a finger growing back out of the section that I sliced off. I literally sliced off a section, and it was a flap. It was still there, but it had enough thickness that you can see that round spot sliced. Use the poop knife to open the box. No, not sharp enough to shave with the poop knife right now. Mick just cut himself today. I caught myself. I was doing my most recent one is the Kaiser shot. And I was doing one of these little index flips, right? But the clip can't be swapped to the other side. So when you do an index flip in your left hand, there's no clip to grab onto, and I went like this and it kind of rolled into my hand like that, and I have large hands, and so as I went to do it, it rolled and it caught me right there as it was opening. So like that, tagged me right into that spot, and I kind of squeezed as it was happening, so it kind of, I can feel the depth. You can feel the depth, and especially look at that tip. Sharp and slicey 154, ready to just head on in, you know. Put a 15-degree edge on that poop knife. Grew his thumb back. The human body is crazy, and it's like mine. The flap was still there, and I like if I had pulled that flap off, it would have bled out, and I would have had to go in, and they wouldn't have been able to stitch it because it's missing a spot. But I took the flap and capped it, and then used some those butterfly type bandages to like hold it down, because I found that if I held it like this, it basically stopped bleeding. But the problem was that flap was enough material removed, and then it wasn't attached, so it never actually reattached. So it kind of became like a scab that slowly popped and fell off. And then what happened is I regrew, and it was funny because it would be like this little spot where it was like this little baby, fresh baby, like finger growing out of that spot. It was gnarly. Do I have feeling at the tip? Not as much. It's you hear that? You hear that? There's a difference. It's like a little bit more solid right there. Sometimes my phone doesn't register it as human. So now I kind of have like a super strong callus on that tip. I could probably do some needlework and that'd be a nice stop. It's something. Thank God for super glue. For sure, Beecher. And for those of you who don't know, super glue does work great. You just put a little dot over a flap and then hold it down. I've had some where like you get a slice in between, like, and then every time you move your hand, it like opens back up. Put a little dot of super glue over that. It'll hold it shut. And cyanoacrylate is definitely something that you can buy, like new skin bandage and stuff, that it's the same exact ingredient as the super glue. Gaviso has the Penguin and Elmax Super Clean. What's up, Kaylin? I wish I could read that, but I can't. I would love to answer if that was a question, but I only can do English. I thought that was the nickname for Vanex. Losing some electricity? Dude, that was the day I was doing my live and my internet went out. Just totally went out. There was a storm and it was like, oh, that's great. No internet. And so then I had to switch to my phone like we're doing now, but I was on my computer. English only, please. So I'm down for answering questions, but I can't read it. And then it's tough to, you know the deal. Anybody, what's the plans for tonight? We're gonna have some dinner, watching some lives, gonna go watch TC or did I say TC? Casey, Knives Fast. He's on in what, an hour, I believe, from now, or about 45 minutes. And then Rob goes on, I think Rob goes on at like, so it's 7, something like that. Couple beers and relaxing. That sounds good. Does sound good. Okay. We got Stacy's knife. I'm going to work on that tonight. I got to finish figuring out how to transfer it to a laser mark. That's the first picture I had I was working on, and it just wasn't translating well, but we're going to take that titanium on this Clydesdale and do a real cool custom to it. The Luton Tex Clydesdale, very fun slicey knife, but custom action happening to that very soon. This one's couple back, but this is Lanyard Man's Spyderco. We're going to be doing some custom to that pretty soon as well. Can I close it with my left? I can. Not very well. Here's Rene Ramon's. Boom. Chavez. He's done some beating on this thing. Look at this blade. Probably part of it's from sharpening. This is a chisel grind, so flat on one side. Kind of a little more difficult when you're sharpening something like that. Anybody want an elk burger? I'm in. Totally in. It sounds delicious. Cooking burgers right now. Yes, please. I'm getting hungry. Almost dinner time. All right. Where are my other customs coming soon? I'm going to be doing one for myself. Speaking of knives fast, my microjet. I'm going to do an anodize on that pretty soon, but got to get these other ones done for some other people first. Plus I got a couple dies that I'm doing for the last wins. Like this artisan cutler, looks like we're going to now do it. A yellow to green to blue fade. Maybe some acid etching on the blade and the hardware, which will be cool. I'm thinking about doing a laser mark on the Ned Foss. Anybody have any thoughts? This is the Ned Foss Cougar button lock. It's a fun one. But it's got that stainless steel handle that would be nice for a cool laser mark. So I plan to do that soon. If anybody has any thoughts, maybe some type of image of a cougar or something like that. Beef, chicken, and venison here. All sounds good to me. Any animal burger, I'd be willing to give it a shot. The winter bone White Walker. So I'm going to do a scrimshaw to that bone at some point. This is just a cool lockback though, right? Did some rabbit last year? That sounds fun too. I would eat rabbit. I've eaten squirrel. It was only fair. He pissed me off. I killed him. I ate him. Tastes like chicken, right? Gonna have to send these back to Mikey Trails pretty soon. This is the XO U, I think. XO U for utility. Is that right? Aluminum handle with that frag pattern. What's up, Neil? What are you up to? But yeah, those gravity knives I picked up from Mikey Trails. They're pretty fun, but I'm going to have to... The White Walker, it's a cheap one from... it's a Rough Rider from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. So it's a Rough Rider, so it just has the 440. It's pretty solid, though, as far as that goes. And it has a half stop. So there's the lockback. Boom. Look at that. Half stop right there. Half stop's usually only on slip joints. I'm trying to think if I have another lockback that has a half stop like that. I'm trying to think. But it's just a cool look. They have this winter bone series. They have like 3 or 4 knives in the series. They're definitely, you know, on the cheaper side, you know, as far as it's $30 or whatever. So it's not super premium. But it does feel solid. I like the shape and the design. And it'll be fun for a little scrimshaw. It does look cool though. Here is the third of the gravity knives. Action is just so sweet. Plus that zircotai inlay. These are expensive. This one's the CPM 3V. The other one's LMAX, I believe. They are cool. They will be going back to Mikey Trails fairly soon here. Try to enjoy them for a couple of more days. Anybody did see the Ulti-Clip install? I had a video on this recently. This is the Kaiser Milita fixed blade. Fun new one from Kaiser. S35 VN, and then the camo carbon on here, and then nice tight clip. I put the Ulti-Clip on there. If you don't know Ulti-Clips, it's stiff, but that pops off. Then you put your the seam through there. So I'll go ahead and throw this on here quick for some fun. Get it locked into the position you want, and then you go clip that clip down. I know it's dark, can't see that very well, but now I can just out, back. You're looking to carry a fixed blade. I actually just ordered, or I have another one that's out for delivery today. I'm planning on putting one on for my Kubi Quakin, and then I did that unboxing for that Kaiser Muskrat, but that was for a giveaway. Thanks to Ken Fix for donating that for that giveaway. But having that one, it is so nice. I need to get one. If you're looking for a small fixed blade, the Kaiser Muskrat is a rad. Plus they have a couple versions. I think it's the D2. I think there's a 154 CM, and then there's the S35 VN one for sure. I want to pick that one up. And I think the most expensive one is still only, I think it's about 70. It's on my list. It's on my list. Wyoming, gotta watch that video. Dude, Ulti clips, bro, that's what's up. I mean, this is a full 8-inch knife. And in my pocket right here, boom. It's profile, it's slim. There's not a whole lot going on. If you want to carry a larger fixed blade, that's the way to go. I'm definitely not too big on large fixed blades on a daily basis, not really necessary, but some of the smaller ones like that Muskrat or like this Quakin, where it's just a little bit thin, slim profile, I would definitely use this as a daily. I mean, I could daily this. It's just a little bit bigger than you need. You know, if I'm taking this out and cutting a box with it or cutting some tape, it's just, is there such a thing as overkill? Jonathan, it's just one day at a time, one knife at a time, patience. I have knives that I want to get that, like for example, that Kaiser. I'm interested in picking that one up, but I'm not just jumping and buying it. I could buy it right now. I have the money to do it, but I'm not jumping on it. That Asher Spyro with the Warncliffe blade, I would love to get one of those. Kind of sitting back, being patient. I have some wish lists for Christmas. I got to pick myself up something. I always, you know, since I'm single and no kids, I always buy myself a couple of extra presents every year because, you know, treat yourself. Family's a little bit smaller, which is fine. But when I get together for like the holidays, it's me, my mom, my dad, my sister, her husband, and then the 2 boys. And so that's it. So that's what the basic standard for the gifts I'm getting. The boys end up getting more, obviously. I'm uncle. If I'm an uncle, I mean, I have to be moderately irresponsible with spending on gifts, right? But I try to, last year I picked myself up. It was fun because my Christmas, if you remember, if you were here back then, if you were, thank you, appreciate you. But I had 2, actually one of them was a Kaiser original in green, and then the CJRB Resource in red. So I had this bright red and a bright green knife, so it was like the perfect like Christmas themed kind of unboxing. I had one like the night before and the one the day of, but then I got to put those 2 side by side, the kind of the red and the green. Resource, dude, this thing is a pig. Absolute beast of a knife. It's got that large fuller for flicking out and the thumb studs. Immense though. I don't know what the overall, almost 9.5, a little more than 9 1/4 with a 4 1/4 inch blade. That's a biggin. That is a biggin. Can we see that camo one again? Camo one. How far back camo one? This one? Or was it maybe the gravity knife? So this is the Devo Tallboy and the dark mode camo carbon. And then we have this Riot EXO in some type of camo carbon. And this one has the L-Max blade. Boom. Double-edged. Excellent stuff. Super fun. Super fun. Trying to think of other camo. Is that the camo one you're talking about? Thank you for subscribing, Joy Bernard. I'm welcome to your world. 3 kids, it's tough to find extra cash to drop on a knife obsession. Yeah, I hear you. That's the thing. 3 kids is a lot. My buddy has twins, and we were talking about that. And it's like, you got to think, when it's twins, you got everything. It's like, oh, we had to get 2 car seats. We had to get 2 whatevers, you know. But then he's like, well, we didn't get 2 car seats. We actually had to get 4 car seats. And I'm like, 4 car seats? And he's like, well, yeah, 2 for his car, 2 for his wife's car, so that they could both pick them up. And it's like, oh my God. 4 car seats? You go from no kids to 4 car seats, just like that. It's like, Yes, I do, Martin. We're a knife channel here. They don't really like that as much on the YouTube, but I have a few for sure. For sure. I had more than 20 knives some years ago and sold them. Yeah. Sometimes you sell stuff, you know, there's a few things I've sold in the past that I wish I hadn't. So I understand how that works. It's just one of those things where at times you might need some money and it's the best thing to do. And there's some times where you've gotten what you wanted out of it. There's a few things I should probably sell. And there's some things that I'll never sell for sure. Like that right there. Or this right here. This I won in 6th grade. Has no real value, but I mean, I like it so much. How could I get rid of it? You know, it's a permanent part of my collection. Never to be gotten rid of. Gotten rid of? I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what I'm saying. Definitely looking at more Bowie knives though. This is fun. And I plan to look for more. I also did just order a case knife. It's used. Got it off of eBay. Not super old, but just started looking for some fun new things to get for the collection. That was something I picked up. Got a couple things coming soon. A few unboxings to do. There's a couple things that should be out for delivery today, or hopefully they'll get here in the next couple days. I feel like holiday season's always the worst because, you know, I've got things that's like, oh, it's supposed to be out for delivery yesterday. And it's like, oh yeah, expected delivery today, or, well, yesterday was Sunday, but last week or whatever. And it's like, oh, will be delivered by the end of the day. But it doesn't say it's out for delivery. It says it landed at the last place like 2 days ago. And it's like, well, so is it out for delivery or not? It says it'll be here by the end of the day. Or your Amazon package is like, oh, we'll be here by 6 to 8 o'clock. And then at 6:30, it's like, oh, we'll be here between 7 and 9. And then at 8 o'clock, it's like, package has been delayed. We have no information. And then it's like 2 days before you get any other stuff. Mini Praxis is a great knife. This one was one that I picked up for on the, what is it called? The All in a Day. Have you guys seen it in my All in a Day series? I live in Minneapolis metro area, so it's a little different on where you live. But All in a Day means I'll go look online, do the research, find a knife, order it. It will ship, get delivered. I will unbox it and do the video all in the same day. It varies with which ones you can do that with. Sometimes there's a lot, sometimes there's not, depending on what day it is, what time of the day it is. If it's later in the day, it's obviously going to be less, but if you do it earlier in the day, you can find quite a few things. This was one of them. Fred, I thought it was you, Fred, because it said Fred, and I was like, I don't know if there's any other Freds in there. And I never made, because we did like a Secret Santa list, and they had, you could make a wish list, and I was like, I thought about making a wish list, and I was like, it'll be more fun if I just get something. Just like, oh, let them figure it out. Whatever. I don't care what it is. I mean, I'm the one who's throwing it up there to allow you to pick whatever you want, so I can't get mad about it when you pick something, right? So Fred says I should have gotten a knife from him today. Of course, it hasn't gotten there yet. It's a different brand you might not have heard of. Excellent. I will definitely review it, Fred. No doubt. Much appreciated. But what I got is going out. It says they're supposed to get it tomorrow, but I also am putting together a little package of some goodies from here. So they're going to kind of get a double package. Double package? Edwards. Just dropping in to say hi. Getting ready for work. Good to see you, bud. Good to see you. Edwards. Those are the only two I got on me. If I get myself one of those Kaiser muskrats, though, I'll put one on there for sure. My wife hates me, but won't leave. Ha! A real small knife? Not the Italian. What was it? The Civivi? This little guy? Maybe? Did the shipwreck on that. Other real small ones. Could have been one of these. These are my smallest. Got the Concept Mini Corvid. Fred's thinking about the Hawk, but had gotten snobby lately. Dude. Watch my thumb moves. It's got that snap echo. Listen. So it's double kick out and a double click up. I love it. It is great. A reel? That was another small one. Jonathan, not this one. Maybe this one. Another tiny one. Another tiny one. I'm trying to think of any others that I had that were really small. And you said it wasn't the Italian one. Yes, these are the only other three that are microscopic. So this one is recent, though. The Little Main Street. Albatross. That one. I don't know what's gangster. Is this gangster? That's pretty gangster. All right. Some people though, what do they think? They might think this is gangster. All right. Maybe this. Is that gangster? Matteo, what do I think of Benchmade knives? Too overpriced, overrated? Yes and yes. Yes and yes. I have it tagged out. Not mad at it. Don't carry it much. It's too light. The action is fine. Flicks out good. Nice blade. I like the handle shape, but I don't like that they make them so light. It's like this in the bug out. They purposely made it to be light. I don't like light knives. I like beefy knives. What about the Osborne? I have Lanyard Man's Osborne right now. Not a bad knife. Nice little shipwreck action from Lanyard Man on there. He's definitely used it. It's a nice knife. I'm not a huge fan, and they overcharge. They're overpriced, so it kind of keeps me out of it. O knife, metal 3. Tell me this isn't wild stuff. I definitely prefer the beefy knives. What are they for? Could be for anything. Overpriced, yes. Overrated, no. All right. Yeah, I guess, because a lot of people realize they're overpriced, so it's not really overrated. Right? Is that a thing? Now the bomb knife, that's overrated. Tac Force? What you know about that? I don't know much. Yeah, I don't like light knives. Kershaw Iridium is okay. I have a Kershaw Iridium. Ooh, my light's starting to dim. Kershaw Iridium's kind of a fingerprint magnet. Action's nice, flicks out good, but just the slightest fingerprint. Look at how dirty the blade looks. Gets so dirty so easy. I think there's a stone-washed version, which I would maybe trade off this polished one, because the polished stuff, I'm not as much of a fan because it just looks dirty. No Chris Reeve stuff. Not saying I wouldn't like it, but I just don't have any. Normal dude does not need an ultralight knife for weight purposes. Yeah, I mean, if you're wearing Zuba shorts, you know, I'm wearing soccer shorts with no pocket, you know, maybe you want something light that you can clip on there. But I mean, I don't know, I prefer a beefy little mass. The polish, yeah, the polish is just annoying. Acid wash the blade, I suppose. What's up, Randy? What is an eco-friendly knife? Good cue. Yeah, how would you do that? Or what would make it? Compare the Kershaw to the Griffin X, please. So, blade is actually similar. If you look at that blade shape, quite similar. Griffin's definitely bigger. Handle's definitely longer. But they do kind of share a few attributes. I prefer the bolster lock on this bad boy. And that front flipper. I take this over it any day. No plastic. Sure. Well, then that would be something like titanium. You know, if you got this is all titanium hardware, all titanium on the handle, and then 154 cm on the blade. So no plastic here. That's what I would recommend if you're looking for something that would be eco-friendly. It would probably be some of these titanium things that don't have any of that plastic. Or even something, if you're looking for cheaper, you go like stainless, like the pyrite. There's no plastic in that. I never carry my iridium either, Wyoming. I just don't even, I don't carry it. Any plant-based. That would be interesting. There was a guy who tried to make knife scales out of recycled coffee. Did not go well. Interesting. Interesting. Spyderco's, I do have the one Spyderco here right now. This is Lanyard Man's. Sent me to check it out. And we're going to do a little custom to the handle. But this is the only one I think I've got in the building right now. I'm pretty sure. Titanium means it's better. CJRB is probably one of the better budget options for sure. Neves has a video on it. It was custom. What's up, Paul? I'll have to look up that video. There is a dragon on the blade. Does it mean it's good if you have a dragon on it? If there's a dragon on there, that's the win. Right? Boom. Anyway, all right. I just wanted to jump on, hang out for a little bit, do the unboxing of Lanyard Man's knife, which is right here. This sweet, sweet Griffin. Check it out. I'm going to do a proper unboxing video and post it up on the channel the next day or two, so check that out. Crossbar Vision. I've got my iridium. I'll trade you it for something. For this right here. Just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, the iridium is fine. It's just, I'm just not a huge fan. I don't know why. Is what it is. But yeah, maybe I'll see you guys over on some lives a little later. I'll probably go hang out on the Knives Fast or over at Rob's for a little bit. I have a few videos I got to make, a couple things here. I got to make some dinner, get a few things done. Since I do my disc golf league tomorrow, so I'll probably go live. I've been asking people, they seem to enjoy it, but we've been doing the disc golf putting league on Tuesdays and kind of showing off a couple knives in between, but probably do that a few more times if everyone still enjoys it. Tons of stuff coming on the channel very soon. A lot of fun projects coming up. Looking at a bunch of crazy fun knives like this. If that's something you're interested in, subscribe, like, hang out, check out some of the videos. We'll see you on the next live. You guys have a good night. Take it easy.